This is a time where we share announcements with one another, and do not fear, these announcements will be sent out also in email form as they have been. I'm also hoping to send out a written newsletter for those who would prefer that, so if that's you, let me know. We had our Called Charge conference last Sunday along with a church council meeting. We approved the salary changes between Whittier UMC and Wesleyana UMC, and so that is now official. We also decided that until it is safe to do it, we won't be having any community dinners this summer. And as you all know, that money goes to outreach. It goes to some of our work in the community. So if you are able, if you want to donate the money that you would have spent on community dinners to the church and put in the memo line of the check or note somewhere in your giving that it is for the outreach fund, that would help us. We are also looking at other fundraisers, and so if you have ideas of ways that we can replenish that fund so that we can continue to help our community, let me know. We have also approved a reopening plan for reopening our church building. Of course, the church has been open this whole time doing ministry, but we hope if the governor moves us to phase 3 to be able to reopen the church building with precautions for those who are able to come and worship with us. The main takeaways are that we will maintain physical distancing and that we will be wearing masks. We'll be marking all of the spaces that you can sit in the sanctuary, and we'll also be changing the flow of worship. And the building will only be open for 11 o'clock worship. We won't begin meeting back in person for any other groups other than midweek worship as we've been doing. I will put a link to the full reopening plan below so that you can look at it at your own convenience, and I'll be sending it out in an email as well. We're hoping to be back the first Sunday in July, though we will have to see with what happens with the pandemic. We want to make sure that everybody is safe when we reopen. We are still doing virtual Sunday school with Bryson City. Details for that are in the emails. We still have our virtual coffee hour. I won't be at it today if you attend today, but it will be open for people to gather and check in with one another. We are having in-person midweek worship, again with masks and bringing your own communion elements. Grace House is still doing what it does. Let us know if you'd like to volunteer. And the same with the garden. It is growing away. If you'd like to help us with that, let us know. If you're able to sew masks, we have a need with Vecinos to have those sewed and sent for some of the migrant workers in our community, especially as the year continues, and that they can have multiple masks to rotate through instead of needing to use the same one every day. And then last but not least, continue sending in your offerings. Thank you so much for those of you who have been generous throughout this pandemic and throughout this time of not gathering in person. We are doing okay financially. We are better than we expected to be. And so I thank you for your generosity, and I ask that you continue to support us and our mission with your gifts as you are able. Thanks.